peeped the new hoodies? Yes or no? Please say yes. Please say yes. Nice. Love it. What is up, everybody?
Happy spring.
Happy spring. Weather's getting nice, which means tea parties are almost on the way.
Sure.
We welcome you into the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and Manny Ruffin. Huge show today. Shout out Prop Stock Cash for the champion hoodies. Pete, we love you. If you missed that interview, make sure to check out that video.
That's crazy. You really got to record tea parties and shit. And I have not been grinding.
Bro, I haven't either.
Nope.
Like,
I don't know who in here, who's been hitting the range listening to this, but you are like 10 sets ahead of, I feel like, the average person right now. I have not been grinding, bro.
I think the last time we played was the Gobbler on Thanksgiving. That's the last time I played.
Yeah. We're going that bet. Yeah.
Literally. That's the last time I played.
Oh, I haven't. Oh, last time I played, and I was playing well. Shit. Yeah, that's cool with me. I should have got this.
We need to just, get a fucking simulator so we can just do this.
That is so true.
And stay loose for the entire winter.
That is so true.
People are bulking in the winter season. Well, we need to be keeping the golf swing loose in the winter season. How about multitasking?
I do.
God damn. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, drop a like and a comment down below, and make sure you do not forget to hit that subscribe button. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, give us those ratings. They do help us out, and we love to see it from our audio platforms. We got a big show today, bunch of new things to get into. The Masters, Rudy Gobert, the Bruins setting an NHL record, this big UFC card.
Guys.
Yeah, fuck those guys. Seriously. Big UFC card, much to get into with that.
Facts.
Odell Beckham Jr.,
Facts.
NBA playoffs, but we are going to start with all of that with Angel Reese and LSU. That was a fantastic final, by the way.
Game was fucking crazy. Even though it was relatively close, but that shit was lit, in my opinion. I love watching that shit. I watched the Final Four games too. It was actually good hoops. And I didn't watch the majority of the women's tournament. My bad, chicks. Like, y'all be hooping. My bad.
Neither did I. But I know you were texting me a lot throughout that tournament about Caitlin Clark.
She was fucking snapping. It was actually. So I watched the highlights of her Elite Eight game when she did the supposed "You Can't See Me" that everyone was talking about, and then I watched the Final Four game and watched the chip game. But dude, she's the best college basketball player I've ever seen. People were arguing about other people and shit and whatnot. No one's been that good, bro. Can we chill? Paige Buchers was supposed to be her, but ended up, shit happens. But Caitlin Clark is ridiculous. I feel like I was watching the mix of Trae Young, Steph Curry, with the girls game with Maya Moore, Toon with Brianna Stewart because she could dime out. I was like, yo, this chick is cold, bro. But with the whole Angel Reese situation, it was it was funny too because I'm watching the game and obviously I was just kicking their ass. And the one thing I had a problem with before the game is when the one girl was I felt disrespected by the way that Caitlin Clark guarded the girl in South Carolina. I felt that made no sense to me. Whatever. I'm watching the game. LSU's kicking their ass. And Angel Reese is doing the shit at the foul line and talking her shit. And I thought that, I'm yeah. In the game, I'm all right, yeah, this is cool. I'm fucking with it in the game. I'm actually, everything's in the game. I'm actually fucking with it. I'm not I would do this and this is what I condone or whatever, but I'm yeah, talk your shit, whatever. After the game, whistle's blown and she follows Caitlin Clark or whatever for a good minute to go find her. I remember I texted my boys right after. I was like, damn, shawty drawed. And it wasn't even I had nowhere near the amount of outrage that people on the internet had. I thought that was weird. I thought that was actually really weird. I actually tweeted that it's crazy how we define people by 10 seconds on a TV screen. I thought people were people blew that shit way out of proportion. I think half of that is because it's a woman and people would be ready to point their finger to be mad because a chick does something, in my opinion. But some of these angry old hags, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
But bro, you can disagree with something and be I see it. Heat of the moment, you just won a fucking national championship. We were talking shit, obviously, if you've ever been to a high-intensity basketball game. And if you've ever played in a high-intensity basketball game or a high-intense game at the park and you lost to someone probably talked shit to you a couple of times a little too much. Even if you lost a fucking golf competition to someone for some money, they might have said something when one of your bad swings came that might have been a little too much. But you shook it off. You in your head damn, that was all right, bro, fuck you. And kept it pushing. That's exactly what Caitlin Clark did. While the whole internet was outraged and talking all this shit about how she's classless and trying to define her as a human being for what she did on a basketball court. It was just fucking crazy. Caitlin Clark was yeah, it was cool. I was just trying to ignore it as anyone else would. Like, and that's really my only thoughts about it. I thought a lot of people blew that shit out of fucking proportion.
Everybody
I thought it was
going
good
nuts.
competition. And what she did after the game was that one step too far where you're like, don't do that. But fuck it. That's what you did. Fuck it. It's over. Go celebrate with your team. Fuck it.
And I think that's a
what
good
people do.
point too, because like Caitlin Clark,
If you really were that mad, you might not have competed enough as a kid. Honestly.
Well, like you said, keeping it pushing, Caitlin Clark did exactly that, especially when she was on ESPN and she was like, I don't understand why Angel Reese is getting all this hate, and I didn't think it was classless or any of that type of stuff. It's like it's heat of the moment. And then when you have the first lady saying that we're going to invite.
That was weird.
That was a little weird.
I wasn't fucking with that at all.
Like, I mean, on some non-political shit, okay? Everybody. There's no politics involved in this at all. But why the fuck are we inviting the winners and the losers to the White House just because? What did she say? Just because it was a great game, a competitive game.
We've had to see better NCAA women's finals.
There's no
first
way.
of all, like 10 more better NCAA women's finals.
So then,
second of all, she just wanted to see Caitlin Clark. If you just wanted to see Caitlin Clark, have the LSU visit go on, let it, cool off for a month, and just invite her for a lunch at the White House or some shit. I don't. That was weird.
I just don't. I didn't understand that. So like, if that's the same thing, then why don't you have the president ask San Diego State to go too? Like what? Let's do it both ways. That just makes no sense to me. So I didn't really understand that. And Caitlin Clark did say like, yeah, like we're not going because the losers don't deserve to go to the White House on a win. Like literally, like that's obvious. I do want to say, first things first, 9.9 million viewers for this game, which is the most viewed NCAA women's basketball final in television history. Pretty cool that women's basketball took a huge leap from this tournament and obviously this big game as well. I did think it was, in my opinion, it was kind of dumb how, LSU got so pressed, like you said, about the 3-point line. What does guarding another team have to do with disrespecting your team?
I said
just makes no sense.
I said whatever helps you sleep at night. That shit was corny to me, but if it helps you sleep at night and it helps you get a chip, then
like that actually got you so mad. That actually got you so mad that we got to be taunting and this and this and following around. Like, hey, you won. Like, you can talk your shit. Like, people were really mad, and like I was rubbed a little bit of the wrong way too, just with like the following around. Like Caitlin has to say, and she did, tunnel vision. Like she's like right here, just doing all this and doing all pointing in the finger on the ring, like whatever. But like if that, like you said, if that makes you happy, you talked your talk, she talked her talk. It was a competitive game, and in a fucking natty chip, I feel like it should be competitive. And then I also didn't like some of the analysts that were covering this game at the end talking about this exchange with Reese and Clark, like making it a race thing because she did that. Like that also just was like
people on the internet were doing the same shit.
Why are we why does that have to be a card at play in any of this? That's just another thing that just made no sense.
That's why I was like, I don't know why we can't. People could just be like, damn, I would have done this, or damn, I would have done this, and fuck it, just keep pushing. Like I don't know, it wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't like she hit her. Like
no, it's we're playing a game. It's a heat of the moment, and it's in the final. Like
it was
we're playing.
Things where I'm like, damn, all right, shawty, that's drawn, whatever.
But it was a good way to close out the tournament. One last thing, any thoughts on the Natty chip game on the men's side? A lot of people saying it was a little boring.
Yeah, it was cool to watch. I mean, I still enjoy watching that kind of hoops, but I remember I was watching with my boy, and he was like, were these were the best two teams? And I was like, nah. But that's March Madness, and that's like how the conversation we had last week. That is why I like the NBA playoffs more. Now, someone will take the last 2 weeks or the first weekend of March Madness and be like, oh, this is why I like the March Madness more. So, hey, to each their own. But it was still good hoops at the end of the day. And no, was it the best two teams overall? Probably not. But, hey, war of attrition, NCAA tournament. That's why we love it.
And huge shout out to Jim Nance getting a standing ovation.
Facts.
Last March Madness ever for him, and then flies to Augusta to call the Masters, which was pretty cool, taking the private jet out there for that. I did think it was a little shady. I know like he got his standing ovation during the commercial break. We didn't really see it on the telecast at all. At the end, they're at the desk, Kenny and Clark Kellogg, Jay Wright's there, Brian Gumbel's there, Barkley's there, and they're going around and Barkley's like leaning over to, Gumbel passes it to Barkley to say like his send off of the tournament. And he just thanks everybody at CBS, the guys that are giving him the stats and emails every day to get him prepared for what he's got to say on TV. And he's thanking everybody this and this. And he's thanking everybody from CBS. Jim Nantz was not fucking named. I get that he got a standing ovation, but we didn't see that on the broadcast. So if you're taking everybody on CBS, why are you not saying anything about Nantz? Then fucking Kenny goes. Then Clark goes. Then Jay goes. And like Jay's an exception, like his first time at the desk, whatever. Nobody. And then at the end, like the host at the table, Brian Gumbel, he's like, we're going to send it over. Thanks all you guys for being here for March Madness on CBS. Thanks CBS. We'll send it to One Shiny Moment. You're the host. Not even one thing on Jim Nantz? Not one?
Maybe they were trying to let other people get some shot at Jim Nantz got his whole thing, and maybe we were trying to let
Come on, he's been doing this March Madness for 30 goddamn years. And he doesn't get one send off. They did show the clips he was watching One Shining Moment on the court. There was cameras there. I don't know. I was just rubbed a little bit of the wrong way with that.